Okay, so today is Friday the 24th, fairly early, excuse me, in the morning. I'm here in Denver, Colorado, taking my 10. I just got here a little bit ago. But I wanted to make this video to show you not so good of a week. My last video was about a really good week, best week. This is going to be my worst week. And from Jump Street, last week, I only worked 2 days. I worked Friday and Saturday for basically 480 miles on Friday. Saturday, I got 449 miles, which gave me a gross for this week of $761.41. That's terrible for multiple reasons. The main one being that um, there's some days where I can make as much as $540 in a day. So the fact that I did 761 and two, that's terrible. But whatever. Sunday, because I was in El Paso, they sent me to El Paso on Saturday. So I started this week Sunday, going from El Paso to Phoenix for another 449 miles, and then I found out this week that my schedule is getting changed around because they had to scale back some of their set runs. Uh, Three of our set runs from Phoenix to Banning, California, back to Phoenix. I guess they just got too many of those drivers right now. So those guys got to go to the extra board, and so basically they have more seniority. So they'll pick the day that they want to go out, and if there's too many people on that day, then somebody gets bumped. Not a big deal. I don't really mind as long as I'm working. I really don't care. So my new day out is gonna be Wednesday through Sunday, and then working my extra day that I like to work is gonna be a little bit more difficult because it's gonna be on a Monday. But I think I can make that happen. So that's that. And what else here? We are. I did just hear the other day that we're getting another cost of living increase. I'm surprised they're still doing it. They did it last year when I first got here, and I think last year it was only a cent though. If I could be wrong, but it wasn't. I'm not too sure. I know what it was on the city side as far as rate per hour. I'm not too sure what it was on the line haul side. We'll just ignore that a little bit. But that's going to be, like I said, 2.25 cents. So that's going to put me at 84.5 cents per mile. And I do believe here that I'm going to get another cent because of my time here. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check, but let's just say without that, I'm still going to be at 84.5 cents per mile. And to be honest with you, I think that's really high for what we do, especially because we get paid activity pay and some other stuff. Um, it, Cents per mile in the 80s, especially you're looking almost the mid 80s. That's pretty high. If you look at OTR drivers. High for your average company is 60 cents. So the fact that we're in the 80s, that's pretty good. I don't know what else to say about that. That's part of the reason I'm making these videos, so that people can reference some of this stuff, and when they're researching. Hopefully I can help some guys out, and kind of give them correct information. To help them make a better decision. I made, I think I mentioned it. I had gone through a situation where I had gone through several companies like in a short span, and one of them was unavoidable, and it just kind of spiraled, and luckily I found these guys and everything worked out. But that's part of the reason I'm trying to make videos like this, so that if people are researching, then they can kind of see the good and the bad. And this one was, like I said, it was pretty rough, but still making okay money on the year, and everything else, nothing else has changed. Just some minor tweaks here and there. but it's still a good place to work, in my opinion. And I don't want to work anywhere else, But so that's that on the pay increase. I think that's all I had. Um, if I happen to remember something else, I'll go ahead and try and add it in or something like that. But hopefully you found this helpful. So I'll see you guys on the next one.